I read that you are East Coast born and raised, that you grew up in the 90s. I know people romanticize the 90s a lot. We're off of the just the craziness of AI, the proliferation of social media, the way that you connect with people has changed so much. The way that people think about the world has changed so much. So I want to pose the question of what do you think growing up on the East Coast and being a 90s kid, how do you think that's influenced you? And how does it maybe come out in your work and the way that you think about your artistic practice?
So, I mean, I think the term used for the '90s, like it's like the golden era. I kind of would even equate it to like the old world. Like there was like the time right before, like you mentioned, like the boom of the internet. I think the internet probably happened a little bit closer to the 2000s, but I was born in '96, so I was still able to enjoy bits of the '90s before we started to go into the next decade. And it's something that I always talk about in my work, more so like how I kind of feel bad for the later generations, how they weren't able to experience the simplicity of life in a way. I think being outside until the streetlights came on, summer nights, it really does influence my work because before AI, before the boom of the internet, like we actually had to live. You don't always have the answers at your fingertips. And I think that comes across in my painting. So you kind of see the exploration of ideas of these color relationships, of these compositions that I'm trying to explore. I feel like my upbringing really has a direct resemblance to my process in painting. I always have an idea, but it seems to be that the work tends to have a little bit more of a fluid way of happening. I think that's also a very important thing for me. I had a lot of fun growing up in the '90s, and I always tell myself and always tell other people, like, if you aren't having fun as an artist, then why even do it?